In tribute to Robin Williams and those who perished on 9/11 13 years ago, in recognition of those who died on this day, 9/11 13 years ago, and all those in uniform who've given their lives or seriously injured in war, an attack on our nation, or a national tragedy, let us demonstrate our support in a meaningful way by giving public recognition via tweets, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media. I would like to pay tribute and recognize my cousin's husband, Captain Tom Manning, a kind and generous man. He is not only a deceased member of our armed forces, but also because his death from ALS was attributed to coming in contact with Agent Orange during his service in Vietnam. Prior to becoming afflicted with ALS, Tom was a successful CPA who provided a good standard living for his family. For over 2 years, without any financial assistance from the military, his wife personally assisted Tom with all his activities of daily living and cognitive impairment. Christine, though I haven't seen you since the early stages of Tom's ALS, I think about how courageous you were to care for Tom's every need. I thank you for Tom's service, but realize that words cannot express the challenge you must have experienced during a very difficult time and the loss of Tom. I prepared this video to pay tribute not only to Robin Williams, but also to our military, for he loved our military and we loved him. He was a loyal and compassionate advocate for all who served this nation in uniform. Few, if any, actors reveal their personal vulnerability when acting, but that's what made Robin the humanitarian he was. He always risked everything to show the world the truth and how we might better live our lives. With the onset of Parkinson, I believe Robin's death was his way of saying, I do not want you to mourn me in life or death. I've taught you all I can, and now ask you to go and use it to make the world a better place. Both the movie Good Morning Vietnam and his struggle with having bipolar have personal meaning to me. Not only am I a decorated Vietnam veteran, but also have bipolar. Before I saw Good Morning Vietnam, I always questioned myself as to whether my service in Vietnam was right and just, and did I demonstrate what our founding fathers expects of all its citizens. After watching the movie, my answer is a resounding yes. Each time something happens to bring mental illness to the forefront, little is done to adequately fund research, better treatment, or time to establish a national policy that will eliminate the blatant false characterization of people with a mental illness. The suicide rate in the military is estimated to be 50% higher than the general population. Most believe that it is the stigma. You're weak. You're not a man. Prevents soldiers from seeking help. For over 10 years, as a volunteer, I've facilitated support groups for both families of and people with severe mental illness. The single most mentioned deterrent to reaching a consistent level of well-being is the stigma. Studies show that at a minimum, 60% and possibly 70% of all Americans believe that people with a mental illness are dangerous, violent, uneducated, and have poor personal hygiene. A new study by UNC psychiatrists seeks to characterize brain function impairments associated with cognitive control and emotion regulation in war veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan who suffer with post-traumatic syndrome, or PTSD. Is funded in part by the Foundation of Hope, a nationally recognized leader in providing scientific research into the causes, eventual cure, and better treatment for people who suffer with a mental illness. I made a video, a life sentence of ridicule, shame, and discrimination, and uploaded it to CNN iReport. Have written not less than 100 letters, emails, and made phone calls to prominent people, including but not inclusive local and national news networks, members of Congress, business leaders, and TV personalities to recognize the seriousness of the stigma in ways that will help to eliminate it. I have a family and rose to the position of corporate controller, and at 68 have just competed in a half Ironman triathlon. However, I've received only 2 responses which acknowledged that something needed to be done but offered nothing, no help. For many years, my dream has been because of what is referred to as the Research Triangle, that is Chapel Hill, Durham, and Raleigh, and the Research Triangle Park is to have a state-of-the-art medical campus designed to provide research facilities that will accommodate research scientists and doctors from all over the world, and treatment for those who suffer with a mental illness, from diagnosis to recovery. There are two well-known medical teaching universities, Duke University and the University of North Carolina, and major biochemical and pharmaceutical and computer systems companies within 20 miles of each other with international access. The Foundation of Hope is well qualified and capable to begin immediately using your donation to fund the research and treatment of an array of mental illnesses, including bipolar and post-traumatic syndrome. If you would like to help, please post your tribute to a man or woman in uniform through a social media network and go to www.walkforhope.com for instructions on how to donate. The Foundation's annual Walk for Hope is a banner fundraiser affecting nearly 4,000 people every October who walk and run to raise money for an awareness of mental health. If you would like to walk or run a 5 or 10K race, please visit www.walkforhope.com for instructions to donate. If you do not have a walk team, you may certainly walk with my team, Survivor Nation. I picked Survivor Nation because anyone with a mental illness must use survivor skills daily to reach their destination of recovery. Let us never forget members of our military, police officers, and firemen and their families for their courage to protect these United States of America. And we ask that the Lord bless us and keep us, be gracious unto us, and give us peace. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.